It was 2:17 a.m. when my phone buzzed. Half asleep, I reached for it and saw her name, Emily Yellowheart. The message glowed in the dark. Having so much fun in Miami. Love you, babe. Clinking glasses. Attached was a photo of her in a sundress, palm trees behind her, cocktail in hand. She looked happy, radiant even, but something about it felt rehearsed. The smile was too wide, the eyes too careful. I typed back, "Looks amazing. Miss you already." But she didn't reply. Not that night. Not even the next morning. Just the faint echo of "delivered" under my text. Emily was on a girls' trip, or so she'd said. Her first one since we got married 3 years ago. She'd been stressed, burnt out from work, and I'd encouraged her to go. "You deserve a break," I'd told her, kissing her forehead as she packed. Meant it. She'd spent the last year juggling her job, our home, and her mother's hospital visits. Thought she needed sunshine. I didn't realize she needed distance. By day 2, the silence started gnawing. Usually she texted throughout the day. Pictures of meals, quick calls, little "I love yous" between moments. But this time, hours stretched into long, uncertain quiet. When she finally replied, her answers felt clipped. "Sorry, bad service. We're out late. Talk later." I told myself I was overthinking. That's what love does. It makes you doubt your own instincts before you ever doubt the person you love. But on the third night, something cracked. I was checking our shared credit card for a delivery order when I saw it. A $4,850 charge from a Miami spa. I frowned, thinking maybe she'd treated the girls to a fancy afternoon. But then the description caught my eye. Couples Spa Experience. Ocean View Private Suite. My heart stopped. I stared at the screen until my vision blurred. I must have read that line 20 times, hoping it would somehow change. Couples. Private Suite. There was no way to twist that into something innocent. My first instinct was denial. Maybe it was an error. Maybe one of her friends used her card. Maybe couples just means 2 people. I clung to each excuse like a drowning man reaching for driftwood. But the truth sat there, still and heavy. I could feel it, quiet, certain, cruel. That night I barely slept. Every minute was a war in my head. The memories I'd trusted, the late-night talks, her sleepy "I love yous," her laughter in the kitchen, all replayed like scenes from someone else's life. By morning I'd convinced myself to call the spa. I don't know what I expected, but the receptionist's cheerful voice felt like a knife. "Yes, Mr. Walker. That was a private couples experience booked for Saturday at 4 p.m. under Emily Walker." "Right," I said, my voice cracking on the name. "Do you happen to have the second guest's name?" "I'm sorry, sir, that's confidential." "Of course," I whispered. "Of course it is." When I hung up, I just sat there staring at nothing. The coffee in my mug went cold. Outside, life went on as if nothing had shattered. Birds still sang. Cars still passed. The world didn't pause for my marriage. I didn't call her. I didn't text. I wanted to hear her tell me the truth. That evening she finally FaceTimed. She looked sun-kissed, wind in her hair, the sound of waves behind her. "Hey babe," she said, smiling too brightly. "Sorry I've been MIA, bad Wi-Fi here." "Yeah," I said quietly. "I bet." She tilted her head. "What's wrong?" "Nothing. Just checking in. How's Miami?" "It's perfect. We went snorkeling today, and the water's unreal. You'd love it." "Who's we?" "Yes." She blinked, caught off guard for a second too long. "The girls. You know, Sophie, Claire." I nodded slowly. "You went to a spa yesterday." Her expression didn't change, but something behind her eyes flickered. "Yeah, just a little self-care day. $4,850 worth of self-care." Her face drained of color. "You checked the account." I didn't speak. I just watched her. "Okay," she said finally, her voice trembling. "Before you jump to conclusions. Who was it, Emily?" She looked down, biting her lip. "It's not what you think." "Then tell me what it is." She closed her eyes. It was Ryan. The name hit me like a punch. Ryan, her old co-worker. The one she'd said was just a friend. The one she'd sworn she didn't talk to anymore after he crossed a line. I felt my chest tighten. You went to Miami with him? Tears welled up in her eyes. It wasn't planned like that. We just ran into each other. He was already here for a conference and we talked and... Stop. My voice came out low, sharp. Don't make this sound like fate, Emily. She wiped her eyes, shaking her head. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was lonely, okay? You've been so distant lately. Working late, always distracted. So that's your excuse. I worked late, so you booked a couples package with another man. I made a mistake, she cried. It wasn't supposed to go that far. I just needed to feel something again. Her words landed like stones. I didn't even know what to say. I loved her. God help me, I still did. But love didn't feel safe anymore. I ended the call. The house was silent, except for the faint hum of the refrigerator. I sat on the floor and stared at the ring she'd left on the kitchen counter before the trip. Said she didn't want to lose it at the beach. I'd thought it was sweet at the time. Now it looked like an alibi. For the next 2 days she texted nonstop. Apologies, explanations, desperate promises. I didn't reply. I needed space. Needed to find the version of myself that existed before her lies. When she finally came home, she stood in the doorway looking smaller somehow. Can we talk? She asked softly. I nodded, even though part of me didn't want to hear another word. She sat across from me on the couch, hands trembling. I ended things with Ryan, she said. It's over. I'm so sorry. I'll do anything to fix this. I looked at her, really looked at her. The woman I'd trusted more than anyone in the world. The woman who'd held my hand at my father's funeral. Who'd promised me forever. Do you even know why this hurts? I asked quietly. It's not just what you did. It's that you made me feel crazy for suspecting you. You made me doubt myself. Tears streamed down her face. I know. I was scared. I didn't want to lose you. You already did, I said. My voice broke on the last word. She reached for my hand, but I pulled away. That night, she packed a bag and went to her sister's. I didn't stop her. I just sat there listening to the door close, feeling something in me collapse. It's been 6 months since then. The divorce papers are signed. I still check my phone sometimes, half expecting her name to appear, even though I know it won't. Love doesn't end cleanly. It unravels, thread by thread, until you're left holding the pieces of what used to be home. And every time I see a beach photo, every time I smell coconut lotion, I think about that message. Having so much fun in Miami. And the lie hidden inside it. She got her sunshine. I got the storm that followed.